In this video, we will see how the Gregorian calendar that we are following might not be correct, and that there is another calendar that everyone should know about. We will start with the beginning of our present calendar. In the year 1582, the Pope of the time, who was Gregory XIII, was advised by the Council of Trent to change the Julian calendar, which was the official calendar in that time. They said this was to be done to realign the Christian feast Easter, which no longer fell on the right season. But people found out that in reality, it was done to align the Christian feasts with the pagan ones. What they said to reassure people is that if they replaced the pagan feasts with the Christian ones, then more people would be drawn to Christianity. And there is still something else that you should know about our current calendar. Even though it was named after the Pope, he was not the one who made it. It was made by an Italian astronomer named Aloysius Lilius. But then, before it was officially installed, it was first modified by a reform commission that was led by a certain Christopher Clavius. He was a well-known Jesuit who worked for the Vatican. So after refusal from many different countries, the Gregorian calendar finally became the official calendar worldwide. But is this calendar that we are all following correct? There is one amazing calendar that did not change as the rest of the world did, and that is the Ethiopian calendar. During my research, I came to find that this exceptional calendar that resisted the test of time was not only a calendar with a rich history around it, but I found that it is the most authentic calendar that is still around today. It all starts by some revelations that have shown that it is derived from the works of Enoch. You should know that his books have been preciously kept in Ethiopia and Egypt since countless years. And Enoch had a calendar that not many people know about. An Enochian year is completed in 364 days. And then a few days are added at different times to keep the season's timing in place. The Ethiopian calendar also closely resembles the ancient Egyptian calendar, which is one of the oldest in history. The calendar divides the year into 13 months, just like the Ethiopian one. And their calendar was based on an astronomical concept. It goes after the heliacal rising of the star Sirius, which marks the first day of the year. And the new year of the ancient Egyptians was on Mescharon. This date is also the actual Ethiopian New Year. And guess what? The date falls on our 9/11. Now another ancient calendar that is closely related to the Ethiopian one is the Coptic calendar. It was derived from the ancient Egyptian one, but it had its own alternate names and meanings. So you see, the Ethiopian calendar is the only calendar still around that is in accordance with these amazing ancient calendars. And today, it is 7 to 8 years behind our Gregorian calendar. The Ethiopians are not even in the year 2022. They are now in the year 2014. And in the year 2020, they were in the year 2012. They say that this is due to alternate calculations in determining the birth date of Christ. But if these ancient calendars existed way before the birth date of Christ, and the Ethiopian calendar is the same as them, then why is it considered inaccurate simply because it does not follow the same birth date of Christ? And there is still another calendar that can be compared with the Ethiopian one. And that, of course, is the exceptional Maya calendar. Their long count calendar lasted approximately 5,125 years. And the calendar was based on a ritual cycle with 260 named days and a year of 365 days. Now just look at this. This comes from an article that was published on the 17th of December, 2012. These are the words from an elder of the Maya's council. He made a statement which says that the end of a cycle simply represents the beginning of a new one. And he said that the date 21/12/2012 is not the end of the world, nor did we predict that it would be. Instead, the Maya believe that this is the date that heralds the shift of the ages and an era of expanded consciousness. Now, I am quite sure that many of you felt the shift of the ages, the consciousness era, or as some call it, the Grand Awakening. It happened at the beginning of the year 2020. So just look at this and you will understand. The Maya calendar and its official interpretation were 100% correct. Because if you take the date 21/12/2012 from the Ethiopian calendar, and if you transform it into the Gregorian one, you get the date the 31st of December 2019. You see, this date was the New Year's Eve of the year 2020, the year everything changed, and where we really did live and even felt the shift of the ages and the start of the era of expanded consciousness, just as was predicted by the Mayas. Their calendar was correct. It was only our calendar that was wrong. So for me, above all the other things that we saw, this shows that the Ethiopian calendar is the true calendar. It is the calendar that we should all be following. Because as we enter and learn how to live through this new era, more and more people will come to see the importance of the dates and numerology, and how it affects us in our everyday life. This is why it will be more and more important for us to calculate the dates right. And we can only do this through using a correct calendar. Now I know that you might wonder, as I did, how and why did this mix-up happen? Was it an accident, or was it done on purpose? If you are like me, then you do not believe in accidents, and you might consider that this was done on purpose by the ones who have made their livings out of our ignorance. I believe that this calendar fraud, and that many of the biggest things that are going on today, are being done just to distract us from entering into a higher state of consciousness, one where you will see that everything makes sense and that everything is as it should be.